hot and started making throws that, when the ball leaves his hand, you're going, uh-oh, where's that thing going? And it's just thrown to the absolutely perfect spot. And I'd say this, too. We need to start putting Frank Reich's name into the conversation of Coach of the Year. Like, Frank Reich was a difference yesterday in that football game. Down 28-14, the way that he kind of committed to running ball in the second half and just stayed with a steady hand and got that team into such good situations. I think that Matt Eberflus, their defensive coordinator, is going to be on the short list for head coaching jobs with the adjustments that they made. Their adjustments, that 3rd down and 1 that they make, that he throws the slant to Devontae Adams. This pressure right here, that is so good by Eberflus. He gets Darius Leonard unblocked, and he made David Bakhtiari, the left tackle for the Packers. He blocks nobody. He makes the best player on that offense block nobody. And then this 4th and 1, like, that is teach tape right here by Okriki at linebacker. The way that he doesn't get picked and he undercuts. Look at him undercut Williams like that. You guys, the key, you notice that's forcing an absolutely perfect throw. That tells me you're a really well-coached football team. So the difference was the Colts coaching, that Phillip Rivers' experience and toughness. Look, those two obviously untimely fumbles on the kickoff return and then the fumble by MVS are enormous. But, yeah, the Colts are for real. The Colts are a very, very, very good football team.
Indeed. MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who had an absolutely gorgeous reception from Aaron Rodgers late in the game to help that game-winning field goal happen, and then had the biggest fumble of the game that essentially led to the Indianapolis win for MVS. By the way, gigantic game for the Colts Sunday. Gigantic. They're going to host the Tennessee Titans. What a huge spot that's going to be in the AFC South. Dan, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Danny.
Be good.
That's Dan Orlovsky. You can see him on Get Up with Greeny and Gang.
Trying to blame the receiver. He ain't
Can I ask you a question? Stupid, ignorant football question. Pylon. Like, what does that mean? Is that like Dylon? Like Dylon the rapper?
That's like the orange little sticky thing.
Got it. Okay, yeah.
You can knock it right over.
Got it.
There you go. Yep. Let's roll into Sports Center and then Key's observations.
No, it's all good, dog.
Raiders rush 4. Mahomes retreats. Steps up into the pocket. He throws it late for the end zone. Kelsey wide open. Touchdown! Kansas City! Why not? Mahomes to Kelsey again to take the lead on a 22-yard touchdown pass with 28 seconds to go in regulation.
That's Mitch Holtis, the voice of the Chiefs on 106.5 The Wolf. The Chiefs storm back in the fourth quarter to knock off the Raiders 35-31. You just heard it there, Mahomes to Kelsey with 28 ticks to go. One other number you need to keep in mind, 99%. That's the chance to win the division right now. They exact their only loss of the season to Las Vegas. And, most importantly, stay just one game back of Pittsburgh for that coveted 1 spot in the AFC playoffs. Remember, only the top seed gets a bye. Joe Burrow, bye-bye for the season. He essentially tweeted, "Thanks for all the love. Can't get rid of me that easy. See you next year." Suffered a gruesome left knee injury. We're going to talk more about this coming up at 7:45, but it's just more hard luck for the Bengals. Another hard luck Bengals quarterback that had a knee injury that reshaped his career. Carson Palmer will join us at 9 a.m. Eastern into the NBA. The Lakers finalizing a 2-year deal with Marc Gasol. What can you say? They love the Gasol brothers, right? They've also added Dennis Schroeder, Montrezl Harrell, and Wesley Matthews this offseason. The Lakers have parted ways with Rajon Rondo, Dwight Howard, and Danny Green. And SportsCenter is brought to you by Goodyear. Whether you're on the field, on the edge of your seat, Goodyear wants you to embrace the unexpected. Every upset, touchdown, fourth quarter comeback, let it move you. No matter what the season throws your way, Goodyear is here to help drive you forward. Goodyear, more driven. For those of you that were watching Korean baseball on ESPN2, or for those of you that weren't, welcome inside. Keyshawn, Jake, Will, and Zubin here. We're on ESPN2, ESPN News, ESPN Radio, the ESPN app. There's no excuse not to find us. It's time for Key Observations, brought to you by Geico. Ooh. Whether you rent or own, Geico makes it easy to bundle home and car insurance. Go to geico.com today. Let's get going.
Falcons at Saints.
Well, I take away that Sean Payton won the game and not Taysom Hill for the New Orleans Saints. When you think about what he did in terms of designing plays and making sure that Taysom Hill did not turn the football over was key. A tough decision, Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill. You went into the game wondering which game plan would be the best for you. You found out with Taysom Hill. So, to me, it's Sean Payton, not Taysom Hill.
Patriots at Texans.
Well, we just had Dan Orlovsky on with us, and he laughed at me for saying that the Patriots would make the playoffs. I laugh at myself now because clearly it's a wrap. It's over. Look toward 2021 NFL draft and free agency to get some players in there to help whoever you have at quarterback out, because clearly the Pats are done, officially done.
Eagles at Browns.
The Browns. I don't even want to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles here. It's about the Browns. It's about the Browns' best start since 1994. And who was the coach? Bill Belichick.
Yes.
That is correct. Bill Belichick, and Nick Saban was on that staff as well. You think about the Browns and you think about Kareem Hunt and Chubb and some of the things that they're able to do. We thought that this team would go in a different direction in terms of passing the ball because there was no more OBJ. They certainly did. They decided to take the ball out of their quarterback hands and give it to the running backs. This is why they have 7 wins under their belt.
Jets at Chargers.
Justin Herbert. He wasn't the first quarterback taken. He wasn't the second quarterback taken. He was the third quarterback taken in his draft, and he will be the offensive rookie of the year thanks to the injury to Joe Burrow. He'll finish up strong. He'll be the guy on the offensive side that'll be getting that award, Jay.
Packers at Colts.
This is certainly right up your alley, Jay, when you think about it. Las Vegas knew something about the Green Bay Packers and the Indianapolis Colts football game. How did they know? I'll have no idea, but as they say, Zubin, they don't build those casinos for nothing.
Right. They didn't build that strip by losing money.
That's exactly right. And so I'll never understand how they knew. Well, 2.5 points?
Essentially, right? And it was a field goal that won it.
How does that happen?
Every time.
How does it happen?
I don't know. I don't know what the algorithms are.
So should you listen to them?
I mean, yeah. I don't know if listen to them. I mean, you try to bet against them, but I mean, they typically know what they're talking about.
Yes, they do. Let me ask you this question about that particular game. The Packers are up 28-14 at the half and then didn't score again in the second half until that Mason Crosby field goal pushed it to overtime. What in the world happened to the Packers in the second half? Realizing, as Jay said, the Colts do have a very stout defense, but hey, 28 in the first half.
Yeah, defensive adjustments, though. This is a team that the Colts don't see the Packers every single year. They don't see them twice a year. So there's some unfamiliarity there what the Packers might do from an offensive standpoint. And then they go in at halftime and they're talking about it, on the elevator ride down to the locker room as they're jogging through the tunnel before they get in there and they get into their coaching circle. They're talking about the adjustments that they need to make in the second half to slow the Packers offense down. And that's what they did. Whatever it was that they were not doing right in the first half, they made the adjustments at halftime and it came out on top.
It just feels like when you watch the Packers play that there's this offense waiting to explode, Key, and for that not to happen in the second half, like it makes you, I guess, have a little bit of a question about, all right, what happens to that offense when it gets met by a really good defense?
Well, it's the halftime adjustments. That's why you go in at halftime and good coaches make halftime adjustments. They say, okay, if we're not dropping over here, this is why they're hitting us. If we're not dropping over there, this is why it's hitting us. If we're staying in this coverage, this is what happens. And so they make those adjustments to try to now it's a chess game. It's now all of a sudden they're playing with it. And they go back out second half and everything that went wrong for them in the first half goes right in the second half because they now realize, okay, when they line up in this formation, this is what they're going to do. And it takes, sometimes you think because you see it on film that you would get it. But it takes live bullets in games to finally get it. You go into the second half, you come out, and your defense shuts them down.
Can I tell you about the only observation you missed in your keys list?
Yeah.
The Jets are one game closer to the first pick in the draft.
I don't even want to talk about that. They just
have we talked about
what? That's a win.
Yeah,
I know.
They'll figure out how to screw it up.
That's for you, Evan. That's for you. One step closer to Trevor Lawrence. So close.
We should note here, Ev, the hardcore Jets fan, that our producer weighing in here, the Colts. This isn't exactly breaking news, but it's now official. The Colts' loss has officially eliminated the Jets from playoff. Key, there was a chance. They've now officially been eliminated. I wanted to let you down gently. You sound
like Richie Kotite when I think we were like 1-7, and he came into the locker room talking about we still have a chance. Like, what?
Gotta believe.
What are you talking about?
Was that with the Eagles or the Jets?
No, that's when we was with the Jets.
Okay, you're so bad in both places.
We beat Arizona. I think we went 1-7 or something, Evan. He came in the locker room talking about, we're still in it. We still have a chance. Like, what are you talking about, dude?
Well, he was right. 8 games in. The Jets were eliminated from 10 games in.
Stop it.
And Trevor Lawrence is right there.